Awkward.
I guess Shaman.
Yep.
So here we go, Spirit Claws. Not like the greatest card against that, but likely still be a good card to keep. I mean, it is a 1-mana play, so pretty nice Hex. That'll be good later on, but not in the starting hand. Pavel looking at a Fiery War Axe. Acolyte of Pain also not too bad.
Yeah, staring at that Fiery War Axe, looking into its eyes, caressing it. This could be the Fiery War Axe that sends him to BlizzCon at this point. Such a huge card to have in your opening hand in any board-focused matchup, but against Shaman in particular, because they are so snowbally. Beyond any other deck in the game, they snowball early board presence into dominance better than anyone else. So Fiery War Axe to shut that down is huge.
It certainly is. Something like a turn 1 Tunnel Jock can be so impactful. It is incredible. Bloodlust. I mean, it's not necessarily a card that you want in your starting hand, but I don't think it's a bad card to have either. The Warrior tends to play a little bit greedy with those brawls and stuff. Like just the totems are not that threatening. I think RDU has a very good chance to maybe take this, even though there is a good starting hand from Pavel.
Spell damage totem right off the bat. Pavel going to choose probably just to War Axe this down and reduce any threat of that Spirit Claws interacting too well with his minions going forward, especially as he has quite a board presence heavy, minion heavy hand, so that spell damage totem buffing up the Spirit Claws is potentially of detriment to him, but he decides not to. He's going to leave the spell damage totem up on the board.
Yeah, that's a very interesting choice there. Now the Acolyte of Pain doesn't look so tempting because of that Spirit Claws. I guess he could play it anyway. Just cycle that Acolyte. Just go for the Cthulhu's Chosen.
Yeah, I don't hate this. Cthulhu's Chosen, classically another minion, another class that it is strong against in Shaman, but the Spirit Claws really changed that a little bit, but still a 3 damage swing going to have to be used here if he wants to take care of the Divine Shield. But RDU might just choose to ignore it and operate on his own terms here, let the Cthulhu's Chosen trade into his minions slowly one by one.
Good positioning there. In case that he got the Flame Tongue Totem, he would have been able to trade both of his basic totems into that Cthulhu's Cultist.
Yep, so it looks like RDU is considering the trade this turn, or at least the taking off the Divine Shield so it doesn't get full value out of that, but definitely some merit in pushing face here and being aggressive, because it doesn't really reduce the... I mean, I guess if he leaves it like this, the War Axe can go into the Taunt Tome, the Divine Shield can go into the 3/4. That's more value than he has to give to the Cthulhu's Chosen. But RDU really considering what this charge of his weapon is worth to him right now.
I mean, I would like to see him punch that, but I don't know. I think it might be a close decision. He doesn't have another one in his hand right now.
It still really surprises me that Pavel allowed that spell damage totem to live early on. I understand the thinking that if you kill it now, he can just resummon it again and you've wasted your time, right? Like, if you wait and you deal with the spell damage totem on the exact turn you're scared of it being relevant, that minimizes your chances of it being around. But that opens you up to the world, which is exactly what happened, which is Taunt Totem coming down and blocking that from ever being an option.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about that Totemic Might. Like, they got that Totem was going down anyway. This Ravaging Ghoul is going to be amazing for Pavel. It's going to finish off that. It does take his own minions Divine Shield, so there's that.
Yep.
That it kind of backfires in that sense, but still very powerful.
Yeah, what the Totemic Might did is prevent that trade I talked about where the War Axe goes into the Taunt Totem and then the Divine Shield of the 4/2 goes into the Barn. So he was trying to prevent that much Divine Shield value coming out from the Cthulhu's Chosen. But Ravaging Ghoul is a nice clear up here anyway. RDU can only address one of these minions with what Pavel can see, but does have Lightning Bolt, plenty of other strong options in hand as well to take care of this.
Yep, and there's the Lightning Bolt. Has 4 more mana, so Think from Below is going to hit the board right now. Pavel has a Shield Slam for it, but no armor. Disciple of Cthulhu, however, that's probably going to be used. Oh, he does have Shield Block.
He has Shield Block, Shield Slam, yeah. Yep. Disciple of Cthulhu into Execute is a far more universal activator. For example, Shield Block, Shield Slam doesn't take care of a Thunderbluff Valiant, whereas Disciple and Execute does, so I like him using that order. Also digs him 1 card deeper into a deck where his hand is looking a little bit suspect right now. Thunderbluff just dropped on the board, and Pavel's hand picks apart this 1-by-1 minion strategy of RDU right now. It gets picked apart very well by Pavel's hand.
That's an easy Shield Slam right there. Even if there was a Ragnaros from RDU coming later, he still has that Execute. And not only that, but he has 3 more mana, so he can get his own Acolyte on the board right now. And RDU needs something like Mana Tide to keep himself sustained here on cards.
Goes for the totem first, doesn't hit the spell damage, so he is going to have to commit the Blood Mage Thalnos here. Probably needed to do it anyway because his hand is running dry, but takes care of the Acolyte to prevent any excessive draw there from the Acolyte. There's the first brawl. Those are huge cards in this matchup. You need to be as greedy as possible. The Ravaging Ghoul draw is enormous though, paired with that Execute. Moving forward, he has so much removal to burn now. Bran, Disciple of Cthulhu, just another removal option, then curving into that Ancient Shield Bearer to gain him life.
Yeah, and Totemic Might not going to help. Maelstrom Portal, is there a worse top deck for RDU? Maybe he gets at least a Spellpowered Totem.
Nope.
That is
too
not
useless, ineffectual card, and you're looking at the face of a potentially broken man here, a man on the brink of falling apart. He's worked so hard and he just feels this slipping away for him. He can't generate any pressure. Pavel has all the plays available to him. Disciple of Cthulhu, sorry, coming down for the double buff now, meaning that Shield Bearer is immediately active.
It's going to be 20 armor if RDU can't remove the Bran.
Yep.
And I don't think he can. Like, how are you supposed to remove that right now? Totem Golem.
Not going to do it. I think he would have needed Lightning Bolt number 2. That would have been a reasonable turn. Bolt the 2/4 and Maelstrom Portal again.
Well, that's good. At least they got the best Totem.
Sure.
It might not be enough, but it was at least something. And here we go. 20 armor for Pavel. Unless he picks up something even better. Nope.
Unless he draws a better card than 7 mana 6/6 gain 20. Yeah.
That's pretty tough. Yeah, let's be real. And yeah, almost at 60 health right now.
I mean, the good news for RDU is that if he can actually gain a grip on this board, you know, kind of irreversibly, the health doesn't really matter. If you can just have a couple of turns beating away for 6 to 8 damage and then finish it all up with a huge Bloodlust at the end, you are capable of bursting down huge amounts of damage against Warrior. The bad news is that he has to beat 2 Brawls and a Cthulhu to be able to do that, and his hand is just not equipped. Pavel is looking in incredibly good shape here. RDU needs to cycle this Drake into Hex right now.
Yeah, if he gets the Hex, I guess he still has a small chance. The Taunt Totem would maybe help a little bit here. Doesn't even get that, so Pavel, 1 damage.